Hi, thanks for joining us. Here we are today in Bales Hill office in Scotland, and we're going to look at two things. We're going to look at the efficiency of a refrigeration system, and we would call that, say, a system health check, compared with how it's performing today to how it was originally commissioned 4 years ago. But also we want to see what the effects of maintenance or non-maintenance of a refrigeration system. So what we're going to do in this instance is we're going to go run the refrigeration system on a part refrigerant charge. But today I'm being helped by Clive Gregg.
Hello there.
And what we need today, we need to have a certain amount of equipment. We need some hand tools, some health and safety goggles and gloves and so forth. And if we've got the original design information, diagram of connections, the original log, and then what we can do is we can compare that to how the system is operating. So without further ado, Clive, let's get going. Okay, so we've attached all the pressure and temperature transducers to the unit. All we really need to do now is get the unit on. So Clive, can you switch the unit on for us? Okay, we've got the unit running now. So all we need to do is start the climate checker recording some of the data. So we just start logging some of that data. And in this instance, we're logging data around about every 5 seconds. Okay, so we've been retrieving data for 2 or 3 minutes now. So what are we looking at here? Well, we can see the cooling capacity, what the actual plant is doing for us. But also, again, what we're looking at in this instance is the coefficient of performance, or COP, of the cooling side. So what have we got? We've got around about 3.1. That's moving around a little bit. And we've got a cooling capacity of about 7.8. Okay, as part of the health check, what we want to do today is really compare with how the system's performing on cooling capacity. So cooling capacity is here, it's around about 7.6, 7.5, and its COP, coefficient of performance, 3.03, compared with what it was originally running at and originally commissioned back in 2009. Okay, so we've checked the cooling capacity and the efficiency of the system in line with what it was running back in 2009, and we're happy with the operating conditions of that. So now what we want to do is move on to the second phase, and that is really compare the efficiency of a fully charged system compared with a system that's only part charged. Now this unit has a nominal refrigerant capacity of about 3.1 kilos. So we're going to ask Clive if you could take out about 30% of the charge, just about a kilo of the charge, and then we'll run it up and see what the running conditions we're getting then. So Clive, can you do that for us, please? Okay, so we give chance for the unit to settle down and the temperatures to be running at the right conditions now. So what can we see? Well, we can see a couple of things. Since we've taken some of the refrigerant out, we can actually see here the cooling capacity of the system has gone down. But probably more important, when we look at the COP, or coefficient of performance, for cooling, we can see this is much reduced. It's now running around about 2.5, 2.51. Well, we've finished our work for today. So what have we seen? Well, let's recap on what we've been doing today. We put the climate checker on the small F-gas unit we have here at Bells Hill, and we've seen the performance compare with how the system was originally commissioned and in operation 4 years ago. And compared with the cooling capacity we've seen and the COP, coefficient of performance, we've seen that's broadly in line with how it was running 4 years ago. But also what we've looked at if you don't maintain a refrigeration plant and the system operates on a low charge, how that affects the running conditions. And we've seen the cooling capacity come down, but probably more important, we've seen the COP reduced by 18%. So that's going to cost you extra in electrical running costs, but also the machine might operate outside its operating conditions. So our work here is nearly done. If you have any questions for us, we have an email address. That's maintenance@star-ref.co.uk. So if you've got any questions for myself, Andy Smith, or Clive, then please email them. See you soon.